The world's largest haunted antique mall. If a person passes away, how long does it take for them to leave behind a ghost that they have left behind? In other words, how long does it take them to leave behind a ghost? Most people believe that adopting this course of action is the best way to achieve the goals they have set for themselves. After considering all these factors, can you suggest any locations that might be more suitable than a traditional plaza? The 22nd Street Antique Mall, located at 5302 E 22nd Street, serves as an example of a haunted antique mall in Tucson. This particular mall is located in the central business district of Tucson. The core business area of the metropolis is home to this retail mall. I would like to take this opportunity to thank you in advance for taking into consideration my desired outcome. I would like to use this opportunity to express my gratitude in advance for taking into account the solution that I would like to see implemented. Here is a list of the actual facts presented during this discussion thus far. 1. Originally constructed as a furniture shop, the commercial structure has undergone an expansion, resulting in the addition of 2 more levels to the building as a whole. The newly constructed annex within the building houses the first established store. The office was located on the 2nd floor of the building as a result of an expansion that spanned the space of the building's 2nd floor. The construction of an addition to accommodate the office resulted in this arrangement. A booth on the highest level on the floor at the top of the building housed an old typewriter that had not been in use for a long time. The structure's rooftop housed this booth. This particular booth was located at the structure's zenith. Because the typewriter had been left in that particular location, a significant amount of time had elapsed since it had been forgotten about. A number of customers and staff reported hearing a typewriter typing continuously for several months. They reported that this continued for the majority of the surgery's duration. A diverse group of individuals made contributions. At the end of the investigation, we discovered that no one was present at the reported noise location. The study's results led us to this conclusion. However, even though several clients informed the workers about the presence of ghosts upstairs, the organization no longer utilizes that specific area of the property. 2. On the 2nd level of construction, a wide variety of products, including chairs, desks, tables, beds, and other items related to the same category of commodities, filled the booths. Several times, the workers would arrange the furniture before leaving for home at 5 o'clock, only to find the next morning that someone had rearranged everything, dragged the chairs out into the aisles, and arranged everything asymmetrically. This happened several times. This occurred on several occasions. This occurrence happened several times. This incident had occurred on several occasions, and it was repeatedly seen. Several instances of this happening occurred to a wide range of different people on several occasions. There have been several situations in which this event has taken place in several situations and has been seen a number of times. 3. During the time that the firm was open for business, a radio that was tuned to a local station and was playing background music was left on in the upper level of the building. The radio was playing background music. The radio was broadcasting music that complemented the background music. Additional instances happened in which the volume suddenly surged at a rapid speed, and these incidents took place during times when there was no one present at the highest level. It is essential to take into consideration the fact that each and every one of these occurrences took place at the same time. Various factors contributed to this phenomenon's manifestation. 4. One of the remaining employees at the retail complex has provided the following story for you to read. We've provided the story below for your convenience. The holiday season had arrived and we were going to be extremely busy. Instantaneously, we were both stuck in our respective spots, and at the same time, a member of the staff was making their way toward the doorway that led into the annex in order to enter the room. It seemed to me that everyone who was out shopping was moving at a quicker rate, as if they were stuck in a time warp. I got the feeling that they were all going faster. Upon initial observation, it appeared as though they were encountering obstacles in their progress. If one looked carefully, one might get the impression that each of them was moving at a rapid pace. It appeared as if hours had passed despite the fact that it had only been a few seconds since the event began. This was despite the fact that it had only been a short period of time since the previous event. Even though the interval could have been as short as a few seconds, the situation persisted. There was a possibility that there had been no adverse incidents within the time period in question. Immediately after the incident, everything slowed down and returned to its normal pace. This transpired in a relatively short amount of time after the occurrence of the calamity. The fact that she was still standing on the steps with a look of amazement on her face did not change the fact that she continued to maintain the same attitude that she had had beforehand. The situations that my colleague was going through at the time did not change, and the circumstances remained the same. I asked her, "Did you see that?" because I was curious and wanted to learn more about her. Or, to put it another way, I was interested in her. I was curious about her. I directed my query towards her, driven by my curiosity and desire to learn more about her. It was my intention to do so in order to satisfy my fascination. She responded to the inquiry by asking, "What just happened?" This was her response to the posed question. The circumstances we found ourselves in threw both of us off balance, which in turn threw our equilibrium off as a consequence of the position we found ourselves in. 5. An employee was leaning over a jewelry display when she felt something brush past her back. Bending over the display, she was able to observe what was happening. Her stooped position over the display allowed her to monitor what was happening. As she gazed at the exhibit, she bent down to examine it more closely. She was doing this while she gazed at the exhibit. The feeling that she was experiencing at that moment was very difficult for her to dissociate herself from. She struggled to separate herself from the feelings she was experiencing. She stooped down throughout the entire process, starting when she came down to check the counter and continuing to do so until the end of the operation. She leaned down from a tremendous height. She had to bend her head to one side to catch a glimpse of a young man who appeared to be transparent and had a nasty grin on his face. The moment she did so, she seized the opportunity to get a glimpse of the young guy. Following his departure, he disappeared without leaving any evidence behind. His disappearance occurred instantaneously. Personnel and customers stationed near the rear of a shopping center building heard a loud sound of breaking glass coming from one of the front booths. They perceived the sound as emanating from the building's front. The incident they were witnessing occurred at this specific location. Further investigation revealed that the sound originated from the building's front. They found the sound to be audible and specific to this area. Despite the fact that they were in a hurry to get there, they did not find anything wrong with the booth. There is no denying this reality. To be honest, they found this arrangement to be quite suitable. Conversely, they leased out one of the booths to a company owner who had passed away due to illness the previous month. Upon his arrival at the site, the objects he had brought with him were still present in the booth. He was currently carrying these objects on his body. Throughout his life, staff members continued to refer to him as a joker, a reputation he carried with him until the present day. He is still a joker. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.